Hello and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. So I have got my lovely client in today. She's come back after 4 weeks to have her first redesign done. So she had all acrylic last time. So what we've done is I've left this in real time, and I'm going to show you my takedown process. So I've sprayed her hands with a antiseptic spray. I've also sprayed my hands, and I'm now using my efile to take off the bulk of that acrylic. So as I've said before, I am using my efile. I got this from eBay. It is an unbranded Cuckoo 30,000 RPM, and when I am using this drill bit, which is the extra coarse bell bit from Nailed Dot Supplies, it is on full speed. If you don't have it in full speed, you will use more pressure to remove that acrylic, and you will then burn your client. So you need it on full speed. Let the drill bit do the work. So I'm using this to remove the majority of that acrylic and to cut the length down. My client is going a little bit shorter. So my client's called Caroline. Tend to call her Lanny. And she's got a new job, so we're doing them a little bit shorter. So once I start getting down to that clear base layer that we put on in the first place, I slow it down. I sort of tickle it. You know, you don't have to use a lot of force at that point. It's very quick to do. It doesn't take long to take this bit down, but you need to be confident with your drill. If you're not confident, it will take you longer. So practice on yourself. That way you can learn how much pressure to use, which method to use, how to use that efile bit, because you'll know if it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to hurt your client either. If you are at all unsure, don't use one. You know, get small one-on-one training. Make sure you are fully qualified to use an efile. You can cause some real damage if you're not careful. So Lanny came to me the first time, like I said, 4 weeks ago. So she had a fair bit of lifting, which I would expect after 4 weeks. But all told, all the nails were still on. She'd managed very well with them. It had only been the last sort of few days that she'd started to catch them a bit. So we knew they were too long. So that's why we're taking length down. So it's very, very, very quick to take this acrylic off. And this is what makes acrylic designs so easy. There's no faffing about. Just take that old colour off. At 4 weeks, I don't do infills after 3 weeks. And I'll tell you why. Number one, 90% of my clients are acrylic colour clients, and most of them want a brand new design every time they come. So if you are redesigning a set of acrylic nails, it is far more work than doing an infill. So why would you charge less for it? So for me, the minute they want to change their colour, it's a redesign. A redesign costs as much as a full set every single time. So infills is usually only done if somebody has an acrylic design and they want the same design again, or they're having clear and they're having gel polish. Otherwise, they're redesigns. I charge more. Now, what I will say about charging, I am way undercharging my clients. That was my choice. Okay, I wanted to get quick and good and get lots of practice in, so I chose to take a cut in my pay. That will change from April, at which point I will start charging full prices. So don't go by my prices, especially if you're on my page. So Lanny here was very impressed with how her nails lasted. So I haven't zoomed in to do this bit because, you know, it is the boring takedown bit. But how many minutes are we in now? 4.5 minutes, and I've nearly done one hand. So just the removal, you know, 5 minutes per hand. Prep, probably 10 minutes, another 10 minutes on top of that. So, you know, it varies. It depends on how long the nails are. It depends on what we've got on there. But for a simple design like this one, not that hard. So I am very fast. Looks like I'm soaring. I'm not. I am lifting it off the plate. Do like my efile. It's a very good one. And to be fair, you can get some good efiles and spend your money on your drill bits. As long as you've got really good drill bits, that's where I'd rather spend my money. So very quick to take down. Once I have done with this drill bit, I will then switch to my fine safety bit. Now my fine bit I actually got from CJP, however it is from Nail Dot Supplies because they're sister companies. So yeah, fine safety bit, and I use a safety bit because it's a little bit gentler around those cuticles. You're not going to cut anybody, so that's why I use that. Need to put this out there as well. I refer to my clients, because I'm the Glimmer Witch, I refer to them as Glimmer Bitches, not in a derogatory way, I hasten to add, in more of a we are a team type thing. So yeah, I've tried numerous times to get them to hashtag Glimmer Bitch or Glimmer Bitches. They don't, but you know, it amuses me. So yeah, we're then going to switch to that fine safety bit. So I've zoomed in a little bit more. So I use this to thin out that area of regrowth. So it's not touching the natural nail here. I am literally thinning that acrylic. I'm also using this to remove any lifting. As I've said to you before, if there's a little white edge, there's lifting. So you need to file behind that. If you are unsure, do this with a hand file. It doesn't take long. Takes a couple of minutes. You'll see in a second that that bit will flip off. There you go. Bit of lifting. So once you know what to look for, it's actually quite easy to find. Now 4 weeks, I'd expect to get some. This is the first time I'd ever done her nails as well, and you will know from experience that it can be hard the first time. It takes a little while to get used to how someone's nails, how the acrylic lies, what works on them, what doesn't work. So we're just, I'm just using that to gently reshape. Nice and easy. So I've got this set that I did yesterday. So please forgive me if I get the colours wrong, because I have slept since then. I have done 4 sets today. I've only videoed 1, just because lack of time really. But I videoed an acrylic design today. So she's got a little bit of lifting on the edge of that thumb, which made me jump when I was doing it. So once I've done that, I brushed all the dust off. So I'm now coming in with my Cuticle Pusher. This is the Out of Space Cuticle Pusher from Glitter Planet, sorry. I've had this for over a year and I still love it. Still love it. I have said to everybody, next year is the year I get the Navy Pro Tools. Yeah. That's changed. That is now second on my list because I really need to get a dust extractor. Don't know about you guys, I can't wear a mask, I can't breathe in the bloody things, but the dust on my forehead makes my forehead itch so badly. So when I do 3 or 4 sets, it's really bad. So I need a dust extractor. So at the minute I am looking at those. The one that I want is about £230, but it looks quite good. So I think that might have to come first because this itching and the dryness is so bad. So I'm using a Vino cream, which is for babies actually, with dermatitis and eczema. So that helps. But yeah, dust extract first. So I'm using my Cuticle Pusher over all of that natural nail to make sure we get anything off that nail plate. You've got to make sure that you push it back as much as you can. I mean, it does look quite harsh when I'm doing it here. I'm not. I am pushing back quite gently. And I like the shape of this Cuticle Pusher. It does the job. So I'm then coming in with a 180 grit file to etch that new nail growth and just to make sure that that old acrylic is completely blended into that nail, and then just reshape until the client is happy with what we've got. So by this point, all you've got on that nail really is a very, very thin clear base that's left from last time. Making sure we get every angle. I'm not using a lot of pressure here, I'm skipping over. It is literally just to blend that acrylic in and to etch that natural nail growth, just to give us something for the acrylic to stick to. So going underneath, getting rid of any bits and pieces, using my Tracy Lou 100-180 grit files. So if you've watched my other videos, and can I just say, I think I'm up to 94 subscribers. That is amazing. So I'm hoping to get to 100 by Christmas. That would be an amazing Christmas present. I have said before, I am one of those nail techs. I'm very honest about what I do. I do reuse my files. And I tell you why. Number one, Tracy Lou's files are bloody amazing and they last really, really well. Number two, any of my clients will tell you I am super rigorous about cleaning their nails. I spray their hands with prep spray from CJP. Before we start, I also spray mine. I also regularly wipe the nails over with either Prep Spray Plus or acetone. You know, I'm constantly cleaning their nails. So for me, 9 times out of 10, I'm only using my files on ultra clean nails. So it's not gonna, what are you gonna pass on? Secondly, I also, at the end of the day and between each client, I spray those files with sanitizer. So, you know, if I got a client that had a really bad greenie, or if I had a client and I suspected that they had a fungal infection, I would bin those files. I would not use them on somebody else. But most of the time, what I'm actually filing is ultra clean nail bed and acrylics. You know, there's nothing to pass on. In 2 years that I've been doing this, I've had a couple of clients that have had greenies, usually because they've glued nails back on. I've never had anybody with infection. I've never had an issue. So for me, working from home in my kitchen diner, I'm quite happy to reuse my files, and my clients don't seem too fussed either. So, you know, the Tracy Lou ones do last a really long time, and because I have a very small space to work from, I don't have anywhere to keep a file in a packet with someone's treatment card. It's just not feasible for me. So for me, I do, and if that means I get shot for it, so be it. Doesn't mean because I do it that you have to. It's okay to disagree with me and to use a brand new file for every single client, but I don't. These files last so well, and if I was going to reuse files like that, I would bulk buy files off Amazon, £7 for 100 or something, rather than spending £9 on 10. I use these files because they're long lasting, they're durable, they are really strong. You know, one nail file can do 4 clients easily. So I'm not going to waste money. That's my preference. If you wish to shoot me down for it, please do. It's fine. You don't have to agree. So anyway, once I've etched all of that natural nail, I am then using my skittle bit. It is a skittle bit. Got this from Nail Dot Supplies as well. It is beautiful, and I am literally speed 3, 4, and it just pushes that cuticle back. It takes anything extra off that nail bed. Nice close up on that thumb. Look at all that. Bearing in mind, I've already pushed back these cuticles and I've etched the nail bed as well, and I'm still getting stuff off it. So if you are efile trained, get used to using a skittle bit. They are fab. Okay, and once we've done all that, we then brush the nails off again. I then wipe them over with acetone again, and we're going in with our design. So I've already done my dehydrating and my clear base layer again, and I'm going straight to design. There is no finish filing in this, and I haven't left the stamping in either. It is just the colour design. So that first finger, coconut milk from CJP, small bead on at that cuticle area, get that nice and neat. As I've said before, if you're unsure whether you can do this in 1 bead, don't do it in 2 or 3. It's fine. Now on this we are putting over an ultra fine glitter, which I think comes from the Glitter Fairy. Don't know what the name is though. So originally I put a very small bead on at that free edge and I was going to fade it up, but because it's so ultra super fine, it didn't spread very well, so I ended up just pulling up the whole now. This was from a picture off Google, I think, so no name. Carol Ann didn't want your bog standard, you know, red, green, gold type Christmas nails. So on this finger I am using Marshmallow from CJP. Beautiful baby pink with a bit of sparkling. It's gorgeous. So that first bead goes on, get that nice and neat. The state of my nails. This is why I don't do my nails very often. They just get battered. They're disgusting, aren't they? So second bead on there, tap, 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 tap around the top, swipe and swipe. There we go. So Christmas is ramping up. So today I've done 4 sets. I hate doing 4 sets in a day. It absolutely shatters me out. But they were family. 3 were family. So I've got to fit them in where I can. My nails will be coming off this next week and I will do mine the Sunday before Christmas. So this next week they will probably be in various states of undress, ready for me to do a nice set for Christmas. So just building that colour up. Marshmallow is beautiful. And I think I'm capping as I go. And I cap this one and then I do the ring finger. Like I said, there is no finish filing in these. It goes straight from this. There you go, cap in there. Little clear bead, job done. So just capping that glitter. Bead goes on the cuticle, tap, tap, swipe, job done. On this finger we are using Tooth Fairy. So my first bead, I come in and it's a bit too wet. I flood it. So I then adjust my ratio accordingly. So you'll see in a minute, I swipe it down and I just pull it too far down the nail. It's just too wet. There you go. It's too see-through. So I adjust my ratio and then come in with a drier bead. That works much better. Using my size 10 Tracy Lou brush. Got that completely wrong. I am going to be doing some basics videos. I'm going to try and do it over the next week, but as you can imagine, with it being Christmas week, I don't know how well that's going to happen or if it's going to happen. If not, I will try and get some done over the Christmas period, because obviously I get my hand dolly hand. So a bit excited about that for Christmas. So I shall be taking my some acrylic stuff with me to my son's for Christmas so that I can have a little practice with my new hand. So I'm going to do some basic videos, or try to, you know, bead pickup, 3 bead method, sculpt, that sort of thing, you know, nice simple ones, just for those of you that haven't used acrylic before. Absolutely over the moon that one of my subscribers has decided to give acrylic a go after watching me. So I'm very, very proud of that. So I'm going to be trying and helping her as much as I can by getting some videos out. So thank you if you are a new subscriber. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for your comments. It's been a difficult couple of weeks for me with my anxiety and my health. So it's really nice to get positive feedback from people. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So that finger there we are just doing with Marshmallow. So as you can see, I'm working with a much drier bead and I am letting it fall, and I'm sort of tapping it and patting it into place rather than pulling it. This finger was a mare, mainly because she had her children with her, and her little boy is so cute, and he was drawing pictures and kept saying, Sam, 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 look at my picture, look at my picture. So I got distracted, and this finger hooks a little bit, so I was really struggling getting this acrylic on, but I've left it in. Like I said before, leaving my mistakes in. Yeah, look at that. What the hell? It's like the elephant man nail. But you know what, it's fine. It files. It slightly hooks as well, which doesn't help. So I made a complete bodge of this. And that's what I don't usually allow children in, because they distract me. Yeah, not even sure what's going on there. See what I mean? We'll do it. I give up in a minute and just put another bead on there and just think, bugger it, I'll file it. It happens. So I'm geared up for next week. Most days I've got 4 sets in. So I would imagine I'm going to try and video at least one every day. It'll be difficult uploading because I've got to save them somewhere while I'm doing the others. And then I end up with like a tier system and I forget what I've done. So I will try my best to keep up as much as possible. Loved these colours together. They were so pretty. I did a lovely set this morning as well with lilacs and pink. I think it was pink. They turned out really nice. The state of that. It's salvageable. You see, look, I'll put another big blob on, build it over the top, file it from underneath. It's fine. It can be saved. Just goes to show that sometimes you'll get just one finger. This just did not want to play ball. So obviously my technique. Anyway, thumb. So we're coming to the end. As I said, I've left all of this in real time. So this is again that Tooth Fairy. It's a beautiful colour. So we're pattern and pressing that into place. That one was so easy to do. So once we have done all of those, I will then file all of the nails. I then clean them all off. I use acetone on a cotton pad just to melt that top layer. We top coat all of the nails with CJP's Tack Free Top Gloss. Into the lamp for 60 seconds. And then cuticle oil once they've cooled down. And a photo, and that will be that set done. So I am done for this evening. I'm going to go and watch a programme for half an hour before I go to bed, and I will be back very soon. I've got another video to upload tomorrow, so I'll do that tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be back very soon. Much love. Bye bye.